Welcome back to Inuyasha Anime Review Part 20. Yeah, basically a lot of my anime review series tends, some of them do get this far. Not a lot of them, basically, but just a lot do. I know that pretty much a lot of my long-running ones have hit this far. Yeah, but not many. This review I'm covering pretty much episodes 149 to 157. For episodes 149 to 153, this is mostly put a five-parter that deals with Princess Anaki, who comes back after episode 146. Yeah, they took it 2 episodes off, just deal with the basically a prelude to the series taking place prior to the events of the pilot episode. Yep. And she's back, and this continues her plot thread, where she's basically still got demons, and of course she basically really wants to kill Naraku. We finally see her mother, and oh boy, like when they finally show her mother, she looks like frickin' Rodan from the Godzilla movies. Heck, she becomes a frickin' mountain of all places. Like, how the heck did she get in there? Never explained. Yeah, and then the finale for this thing, after also dealing with a side story. Basically, there's also a subplot with this one. We have this saint called Saint Hakashi, who is hint to be Kikyo. Inuyasha confronts the saint, and it was a puppet. And it turns out Kikyo is still alive. Since events of the previous season, apparently she's still alive, but it's revealed that... Here's something quite strange, though. It's revealed this, and she appears in a couple episodes of this thing. Yeah. Okay, apparently the body she has... apparently prevented her from being dissolved into miasma. How the heck that's even possible makes no frickin' sense. It's basically a retcon. Basically retconning her parent death. Despite the fact when we saw her, she basically fell in. Somehow her body was immune to it. It's not thoroughly explained. Kagome stumbles across Kikyo just by sheer coincidence, because she's brought there by Kikyo Shinigami, and she proceeds to, of course, they also proceed to go back to the main village. Kaede appears briefly, like one scene. The Shinigami decided to take some soil from her grave, just so they can heal her wound, and basically takes Kagome to purify her wounds. And she also of course, she's very apologetic, but she basically almost like takes off her top in order to basically do this, because she's basically got a hole in her chest and her shoulder, which apparently these are the same wounds that she suffered prior to her original death. Yeah. She heals him. Of course, Inuyasha and everyone else looking for her. They find her, of course, well, after she walks off. Of course, doesn't you want to see Inuyasha? It's like, nah. Goes walk off, and then Inuyasha basically she basically is mad at Inuyasha basically for not, like, aren't you going after? Like, nope, she'll be perfectly fine. Of course, he does meet me up with her, like, I think it was like just the following episode, and she's still recovering, but her body looks appearance-wise mostly back to normal, but she's slowly recovering, and apparently she's only got 2 soul collectors now. Yeah, there's kind of a reasoning for that, because a couple of them were actually destroyed by Mount Hakashi's purified barrier, which she apparently originally had several of these things. Now she only has 2. Why she can't have more, I don't know. Also, the Shinigami apparently disappeared. Also, it's never explained where the heck she found these 2. Yeah. And of course, Kagome and Inuyasha do kind of make up, and they're close, and nothing really much else says matter. Also, something that's never mentioned in these episodes is Moroku and Songo's engagement. Yeah, that's never mentioned in these episodes. Nope. So, they eventually, and of course, and when it comes to the bird, yeah, eventually, Naraku kills both the giant bird and Princess Abi. Broke out Princess Abi by taking the spear, which is made from his own bones, and he used his own tentacles to pretty much stab her in the frickin' chest. And kills her, apparently. Then he takes the time to behead her mother, and using the blood of this bird just to flow into the afterlife. Well, basically go in Demon Graveyard. So they basically follow him. He's like, come with me. We're going to go to Demon Graveyard. And they jump at the chance to do it. So they go there, and of course Inuyasha and Kagome are riding on the bone thing they did from the last time they were there, and they see Inuyasha's late father, the great dog demon general. Yep, the first time, technically this made a brief illusion appearance in a previous episode, but now we get a chance to see the thing. First time since the first season of the show. They actually win here, like, wow. And of course, they referenced last time they were here. And they get there and they confront Hakushin. They're like, wait, did we already meet you already? Wait, this is actually the original Hakushin. The one who's no friend of the Inuyasha's father. Who apparently, even though he was a great demon as well, apparently he has the power of diamonds, which they call him. Yeah, they call a different name here. Kagome, oh yeah, he's hard as diamonds. And they're like, what's a diamond? And they describe, like, yeah, the hardest rock on Earth, which is exactly what a diamond is. My guess this was the original name for diamonds, so they changed name. Yeah. So, Inuyasha spends most of this episode, this first part, basically. And by the way, Inuyasha and the gang, along with Naraku, are here for 4 episodes. Yeah, Sesshomaru doesn't come into this area until, like, the end of episode 3. The end of the 3rd part. How Sesshomaru gets here, it was actually the same place that the Inuyasha gang basically tried to do, but since Inuyasha has sword made from the earth, yeah, Sesshomaru was able to pass to the place, no problem at all. Yep. Of course, this is later explained later season what really the reason for this is. So, excuse me. And then, of course, the shower becomes purified because of Naraku. And Naraku himself shows up at the end of episode 2 of this 4-parter. And he proceeds to take the jewel after basically Inuyasha fighting Hakushin for about an episode and a half. And of course, Hakushin is able to break himself off from... By the way, Hakushin is actually in Inuyasha's father's chest. Okay, I get the fact that he is dead, is here in the afterlife, but when did he take the time to do this, and when did he turn him into this at all? When they show him in flashback, he looks exactly like his son, but here in the afterlife, he looks like a giant diamond demon. Why in the world he looks like this? It's not they'll explain of what the heck he's supposed to be. And this creature also fights Naraku briefly, though he's able to break Naraku's barrier, stabbing him. Then, of course, Sesshomaru shows up, taking out the guards pretty easily because the sword is not from the earth. It is sort of heaven. So he'll go through with Jaken. Ren, meanwhile, is probably so told to stay behind because Sesshomaru, yeah, going to this place is not a good place for a little girl. Basically, Ren has never seen Sesshomaru's late father. Which, from what we see in flashback, that was a freaking badass when he was alive. And here he's freaking huge. Like, this apparently was his true form, so apparently he was a giant demon. And you're probably thinking, wait, how does a giant demon mate with a woman and get Inuyasha? Well, he has a human form. Which is basically about 2 inches taller. He's basically, when he's his regular human form, basically the size when people see Dog Demon when not in the demon form, he's about 2 inches taller than Sesshomaru. They show us in the 3rd Inuyasha film. Yep. And Sesshomaru spends most of episode 4 battling Naraku, and then, of course, Hakushin basically kind of drags Inuyasha and the gang inside of the chest. Now, point out, though, that nobody points out, though, hey, we've been inside of this place before. Like, hey, that's where we found the sword. Never point that out at all. Despite the fact they're in the same area they were before when Inuyasha first fought Sesshomaru here when he battles him. It's never pointed out though. Like, they mentioned they've been here. They show flashbacks to this, but it's never mentioned in dialogue exactly like what they did. I get the fact, yes, that they show in flashback, but there's no mention like, hey, hey, I remember this bone area, and that's what we found. That's why, hey, watch, remember we found your sword there? Never say anything about it though. And then, of course, you have Hakushi is like, yeah, we need to figure out a way to beat Naraku, break his barrier. So, okay, because apparently Red Tenseiga doesn't work in Saga. Like, kill me, absorb I need power. This works for a while, and then he's like, okay, I gotta take out this Miamis because Kagome's have arrows. So he goes up and basically blocks his wind scar. He tries to use wind scar, and then, of course, then he shoots out freaking diamonds out of his freaking sword. Basically, he forms the Adamantium Barrage. Yep. Forms this particular thing. And he's able to break through Naraku's barrier, basically shredding his freaking body into pieces. And then Kagome takes the last arrow, which is Kiko's arrow, fires it right at Naraku, and apparently sent him out of another world into Hagoshi's barrier, because he's an incarnation. And then Hagoshi gets hit by the arrow, and then Naraku slowly forms it. And of course, Kagura, of course, they come back. And of course, Hakushi, before he shows up, is like, Kagura, where you been? He's like, I need to breathe. I don't need to be around you every single second of the day. And he's like, fine, whatever, as long as I'm doing something dumb. And pretty much he's like, she's sleeping, floating in the air. Kohaku just said basically to nothing. And of course, after they leave and basically say goodbye to Hakushi, who proceeds to give Inuyasha demon power and the last shard of the sacred jewel. And like, I'll pretty much find a way to destroy it, but we need to finish getting the pieces first. So yeah, then like, okay, Sherman's about to leave, and basically he's like, oh, yeah, we better hitch right with him. So they proceed to leave, and that's what the episode ends. Yeah, I gotta say, really good episodes. Yeah, the whole thing with them going to the afterlife and basically going to the demon graveyard. Yeah, that particular point is wrapped up by episode 57 because they've gone there, so now we gotta start wrapping up the series, because the thing is, with episode 57, there's exactly 10 episodes left to go for season 6. At the time, this was the last season. This was basically the final season of the show until they came out with Final Act a few years later. That basically reviewed another time, of course. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. My next view will be on Black Clover. Yep, Black Clover. So until you see the next view, bye.